door and they quit on you, or you hired a team member and they left or just stopped showing up or they just tapped out. Um, this is going to help you if you have worked with a VA before and you asked for one thing and they gave you something completely different. Like, this is going to help you solve all those problems. You can solve all those problems with systems and processes, because that creates a lot of clarity around your business and it creates a lot of clarity around your operations. So, systems is basically like 100% of your operations. How do you run your business effectively? Where are you spending your time? What are your intentions? And how are you allocating your energy on a daily basis? That's what systems clears up for you. Okay. So, the first thing that you need, first system you need before you hire a VA is going to be ClickUp. ClickUp is a project management system. I'm actually studying right now to get my PMP. If y'all are on here, you work a 9 to 5, you may work with a project manager. You may work with somebody who is a certified project management professional, that has all of those documented hours of experience. I'm studying for my test right now. Like, project management is so needed. You think, hey, I'm an entrepreneur, I don't need to know project management, but you do need to know project management. It's literally just the study of how you're able to accomplish a big project by juggling a bunch of different tasks at one time. Like, and so ClickUp is also similar to Asana, if you've heard of that. It's similar to Trello, if you've heard of Trello. There's also Monday.com. My favorite just happens to be ClickUp. Okay. So ClickUp is what I prefer to use. I recently switched from Asana to ClickUp. I was literally putting everything in Asana, you guys, but I switched over from Asana into ClickUp and I have loved it. I've loved it so far. So I highly recommend it. I use it to do a lot of different things. I have my workflows mapped out in there. I have my workflows mapped out. I do my time tracking. I do mind maps in there. So if you look at my reels from yesterday, you can see my mind map where I literally brainstorm. I used to brainstorm on the whiteboard and I still do sometimes, but I like to use the mind map feature. You guys can go look that up. But I like to use the mind map feature to kind of like just get my thoughts out. Now, the reason why you need ClickUp before you hire a virtual assistant is because having a project management system makes it a lot easier for you to see what needs to get done, assign things to your virtual assistant, and it minimizes the amount of communication that it takes to get something done and the amount of errors that happen when something gets done. Do not hire a VA and expect them to be perfect right off the bat. Like, especially if you don't have these 3 systems that we're talking about. You cannot expect them to do everything perfectly. Don't even expect them to do things exactly the way that you do it until they've done it a couple of times, maybe even more than a couple of times, because you weren't perfect the first time you did it. So why are you expecting somebody else to get it like that? Because you didn't get it like that. And if you didn't even like adequately explain what you want them to do and be very specific, then it's not going to come out that way. You have to be very specific when you ask someone to do something for your business. Okay. Keep that in mind. But I do things like I go in there on Sunday night or early Monday morning and I type up all the things that I want to get done that week. And each of those go into different tasks. And then I put due dates on those tasks and I assign them to the person that's best fit to accomplish those tasks. I have two team members and I assign those to the person who is has the best skill set to accomplish that task. And then I also put a label on it. So is this needs to be done? Like, it hasn't started yet. It's in progress. Is it going to be done today? Is it already done? And whatever you did is already in our system, or the file, if it was a document you had to create, if the file was attached, like all of that is inside of ClickUp. If you want to see some behind the scenes of that, you can check out my reels on Instagram. You'll see some behind the scenes of what my system looks like in ClickUp. If you would like for me to walk you through how I set up my ClickUp system and use some of my ClickUp templates to customize to your business, apply to enroll in sales school. The link is in my bio. If you're watching me anywhere else, the link is in the chat. You can apply to enroll in sales school. I walk my clients through that. Okay. I walk my clients through that. Where do you send them their assignments for them to see? It's inside of ClickUp. You put the assignment inside of ClickUp. You put what the task is. You put all the details of the task, anything they need to accomplish the task, like if it's a document or if it's just an explanation, or if you want to show them examples of what that project looks like completed. You attach all of that. You put a due date on it, and you hit the assign button and you assign it to them, and it sends them an email and says, hey, you have a new task. And they can see the due date and all of that. And there's also a time tracker in there. So when they start working on it, they can start the time tracker and track their time. And then you can assess, like, how long does it take them to do such and such project, and you can base your workload off of that. Like if you know you're paying your VA $15 an hour and you send them a task like, hey, I need you to create my social media posts for the month of September. Here's the task. I mean, you tag them in the task, you put all the details, like this is what I want my content to be about. Here's a couple of pictures of what I want my content to kind of like look like, the vibe wise. Here's my brand colors. Here are the fonts that I want you to use. If you need more information, here's a couple of articles across the internet that share the same information or similar information that what I would like to put on my page. You put all of that into the task, then you assign the task to them. You still get on a weekly call. Like I get on a call once a week with each of my team members and I just implemented that because sometimes you just need to talk to people, and going back and forth with emails is not enough. So one meeting a week knocks all of that out, and you just have to make your task as detailed as possible so that people know what you want, right? So you put all of that in there and they can see, and then you could say, you could be able to see because they're time tracking, like, oh, it took her 4 hours to do my content for 30 days. Cool. Now I know that it's going to take 4 hours. So when I'm looking at, I only have 10 hours a week to give to this person or 20 hours a week to give to them at $15 an hour, I know how much I can give them based off of their previous time tracking. You could go back and look at it. You can also bill them. They can also not bill them. You can also pay them based off of the time tracker. So let them know, hey, when you're working on an activity, make sure that you time track because I'm paying you based off of the time that you actually worked because they're hourly. So it makes sense. There has to be some type of measure of what they're doing and how long it's taking if you want to be efficient. So make sure you use that time tracking feature. And by the way, please listen, if you are making money, like you are booking clients and you need a VA, first of all, do not hire a VA if you're not booking clients. But if you are booking clients and you would like to spend the most of your time doing things that you actually love instead of doing things that you just have to do to keep your business afloat, then go hire a VA, please. Do these things first or enroll in Systems and Sales Academy. You can apply with the link in my bio. We'll walk you through how to do all these things, but do these first. And consider this, right? It's going to be more cost effective for you to grow your team than it is pumpkin spice. It's going to be more cost effective for you to grow your team than it is to consistently work with someone who's an expert. And if you like someone who's an expert and you've worked with them in the past, offer them the job. Offer them the job. So here's an example, numbers wise. Let's say, sorry, trying to see if I had water. But let's say you have 10 hours a week, $15 an hour, that's $150 a week. If you need somebody to help you maybe you need them to help you grow your Facebook community, like a community manager, and you are nurturing that Facebook community to eventually enroll in your signature program. Let's say your signature program is $3K. It's worth it for you to pay somebody $150 a week to get even just one new enrollment a week from the Facebook group. So their job may be coming up with topics for you to go live about in the Facebook group, posting questions to get people into engage, having conversations with people who are highly engaged that haven't enrolled in your program yet to see if they want to book a discovery call or a decision call about getting into the program, reaching out to people who have been in your program before and coordinating a time for them to go live with you inside of the Facebook group so they can talk about their experience inside of the program. You can hire somebody just to do that all day, all week. And all you have to do is show up on social media and get as many people as you need to inside of your Facebook group. Your VA will handle all of that because all of those tasks are related to each other, right? It all has to do with growing your group. And as long as she's getting people from the group who are nurtured onto your sales call calendar, or if you don't want to do sales calls, as long as she's getting people in the group who are nurtured and engaged to fill out an application, and you're closing those people one person a week at $3K, you're trading $150 for $3K. $150 for $3K. It's worth it for the VA because they're making $600 a month and they're only working 10 hours a week. So of course you're not paying all their bills because this is just a part-time job. It's a part-time job. It's only 10 hours. But is someone going to work 10 hours a week for $150? Yeah, like that's easy money for them. And they're going to say yes. And it's not too expensive for you. The thing is, even though it's not expensive, and I just explained it like that, and you guys can see that it's not expensive, you have to have these systems in place because if you don't, you're going to end up wasting money, right? Like $20, right? $20 is not that much money, but would you throw $20 out the window driving down the street? Probably not. I wouldn't. And I make a lot, and I would not throw $20 out the window. So the first one is ClickUp. I know that was a long explanation. Man, my voice. But it's needed. So the second system you need before you hire a virtual assistant, you need a lead generation funnel. You need a lead generation funnel. You need to be generating leads. If you are not generating new client leads every single day, well, I'll say every single week, but if you're really serious, if you're not generating leads every single day, then why are you growing your team? Like you have to get sales down pat first. You have to have people joining your email list every single day. Every single day, somebody needs to be joining your email list. And you need to have a funnel in place. What that does is it creates, well, for one, it creates money-making work for your VA to do. So you could hire a VA and have them repurpose your content, maybe like take care of your social media, be a community manager, right? But if you're not actually attracting leads, then they don't have anybody to engage with. They don't have they really don't have any work to do, right? Like they don't have any work to do. And on top of that, you want to make sure that you're generating enough money to keep that virtual assistant. Like you don't want to hire them, then let them go because you don't have enough money. Hire them, let them go because you don't have enough money. You have to be generating leads every single day. So that system you need is a lead generation funnel. That is a funnel that has a really popular lead magnet. It gets downloads every single day, at least one download every single day. They go through a welcome sequence or some type of a nurturing funnel, and then they're upsold into some type of a program or a product. You can also put a you can also put a low ticket offer inside of a lead generation funnel, because that is going to help you generate a little bit of money. It may be enough money to actually pay for your VA. If it makes $150 a week, it'll pay for your VA, but you need a lead generation funnel in place because you need to be focusing on either in showing up to enroll new people in your program, or showing up to enroll people at a higher price point, or showing up to reach out to your past clients and maybe offer them the next level, whatever it may be. Like, your focus needs to be on generating revenue, like money making activities, and then actually coaching, or actually coaching. If you're a service-based business, you can completely remove yourself from service fulfillment. Like, you don't have to be fulfilling services. You honestly shouldn't be. Coaching is a little bit different. Like, you kind of need to coach, unless you want to hire a junior coach, but you're going to need a VA before that. Okay, you're going to need a VA before that. So the second one is a lead generation funnel. If you want to know how to build a lead generation funnel, you can click the link in my bio and apply to enroll in Systems and Sales Mastermind. We have funnel templates inside of the program. While you're in the program, you get a one-on-one call with me. We build your funnel together. So you actually have a functioning funnel. And then we go through modules that show you how to generate leads and get people into your funnel. But you need that before you hire a VA, because that part needs to be automated. Generating leads needs to be automated. And you cannot rely. You should not do this. Let's clear the air right now. Do we have any social media managers here or VAs here right now? Drop a 1 in the comment if you're a social media manager or a virtual assistant. Okay, drop that for me. While we're waiting on that, let me tell you this. You cannot expect your social media manager to generate leads for you. You cannot expect your VA to generate leads for you based off of like your social media content, your email marketing. Like, it does not solely rely on them. You actually have to show up. You actually have to show up. If you're the face of your business, which most coaches are the face of their business because you're a coach, people are working with you. You have to, even service-based, unless you have a team, but you don't because you're watching this live, you have to show up. You cannot completely rely, especially when it comes to the platforms now, because they're very heavily reliant on video, meaning that you have to be on video, not necessarily your face, but you got to be on video. You have to be making video. You cannot rely solely on just posting pictures and words on social media to convert clients. So do not think, oh, I'm going to hire this VA and she's going to do my social media content and that's going to increase my revenue. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Okay. But you need a lead generation funnel to take care of that. The third system you need before you hire a VA: automated social media poster. You need an automated social media posting system. That is one of the easiest tasks that you can assign to a VA. When you give them detailed instructions, don't do my service-based people like that. Hire them to do something and then not be specific. Don't do my folks like that. Because I used to be service-based. I only have one thing. It's a VIP done for you, but be specific with people. We are not mind readers. You know what you want. We don't know what you want. So you have to be as specific as possible. You need an automated social media poster. I recommend creating a month of content so that you can actually show your VA what you want your social media content to look at. I recommend having some type of a messaging spreadsheet or a messaging breakdown about what, about your brand, what you do, the services that you offer, your brand values, your brand positioning, a very detailed description of your ideal client, your brand colors, your fonts. You can put all that together in a PDF or all that together in a spreadsheet and hand that over to a virtual assistant, and they have the tools they need to execute. Stop hiring VAs and asking them to do your social media and thinking they can just look at your social media and replicate what you've already been doing. It doesn't work like that. And likely, listen, unless you've been making at least 10K a month, you probably haven't found the right messaging yet. Like, that is an indication. If you're not making $10,000 a month, or you're not consistently booking clients, because there's some scenarios where you're not making 10K a month. I would say 10, I would say 8, because 100K. If you're not making 8K a month and you're consistently booking clients, you don't have a messaging problem. You just need to raise your price. You may have to reposition your offer after you raise your price to attract a different type of clientele. But it's not really a messaging issue. If you're not making 8K a month, you need help with messaging, because Instagram is free, Facebook is free, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, all these platforms are free to use. There are billions of people using them. So you have at least, let's conservatively say, you have at least 1,000 customers who are on social media right now as we speak. So if you are not making $8,000 a month, the only thing you need to be focused on is your messaging. If you are struggling with your messaging, you guys already know. Click the link in my bio, apply to Systems and Sales Academy. And literally the second module is high-ticket messaging. And we go super deep into who your ideal client is, how you communicate with them, issues that they're experiencing on different levels and different layers of their life, your brand positioning, your brand values, all of that. It's literally module 2. It's in the very beginning. It's in the very beginning. And module 1 is mapping out your program. So literally it's at the very beginning, because that's how important it is. Once you have that messaging together, that third system that you need is a social media auto poster, because you should not be doing anything manually when there is an easy to use automated system. And that made the list. There's a lot of things that I feel like you should do before you hire a VA, but these 3 are the most important. And that one made the list because the first thing that people try to give to a VA is create my social media content, write my emails, create this sales page. If you don't have your messaging tight, you're going to ask a VA to do all that for you. They're going to do it based off of whatever you gave them. And it's probably not going to convert because you don't have your messaging together. Okay? You don't have your messaging together. You guys see Marianne in the chat. She says, this was the most clarifying experience going through mastering my message and still working on it. Marianne went through 2 of my programs. Well, I think more than 2. But she went through Master Your Message. I did a week-long program called Master Your Message. It was 7-day intensive. It was a 63-page workbook. They did 63 pages of homework in that program in 7 days. And she's inside of Systems and Sales Academy right now, still clarifying her message. And guess what? There's no end destination. There's no, I have perfect messaging, I'm done. You just keep getting better, and you're booking people along the way. She booked people along the way. I think the first time she went through the program, she went from 4 to 11 clients. Quick, from 4 to 11, almost tripled her clients. And now she's released her beta program last week. And I think she got 5 people enrolled in her beta program last week. All from messaging tweaks. All from messaging tweaks and brand positioning. So now that she's super confident with showing up in her messaging and brand positioning, she's easily able to attract clients, and that creates the revenue for people. That creates the revenue for her to go hire a VA so that she can stop doing all the things that she doesn't like and start doing all the things that she loves to do, like actually working with her clients. And she said they're way better clients to work with. Way better clients to work with. She's inside of systems in Sales Academy. Applications are open. You can click the link in my bio to apply. I'm going to go over the first two systems because I saw Nakia ask me for that. So the first one is ClickUp, which is a project management system. If you, it's also the same thing as Asana, Trello, Monday.com. I just prefer ClickUp personally, but all of those project management systems work pretty well. Okay. The second system is a lead generation funnel. Nakia is one of my VIP clients. Nakia, we're already building the lead generation funnel for you. Well, we're building you a sales funnel, but it's also going to generate leads. So your funnel is going to actually do both. If you'd rather just have it done for you, you guys, you can have it done for you too. It's up to you to decide what you want, how you want to approach this. So she's a VIP. We're building her a sales funnel that also generates leads. She's also getting a marketing plan that she can give to a VA. So we're already building all these tools and resources for her. Right? So those are the three systems you need. Please, 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 please do not try to cut corners and just, it's going to be bad. You're going to waste money. That's what's going to happen. You're going to waste money if you don't have these things and you hire a VA. And the VAs on here will tell you, yes, because I'm not going to know what you want if you don't have these three things in place, these three systems. Do we have any questions? Questions? She said it's giving soft life. Yes, it is. It is. Questions. Make sure you guys apply to Systems and Sales Academy. There's a price increase coming soon. Do you recommend a local VA? Oh, I did see a question before this. I just popped in my head. I hired only local because I like to meet people, and I like to, like, in my head, my vision of my company was having an actual in-person office and being able to take my team with me to events, because I want them to experience the aha moments that I experienced. And my hope for them is I don't ever want them to feel like they have to work for me, right? Like, I don't ever want them to feel like they're locked down into the job. They can't go anywhere. So by them being local, I'm able to pour into them a little bit more. I'm able to, ask them, what do you want to accomplish personally? And maybe set up separate time to help them also accomplish their goals. So I went local because I wanted to be a lot closer to my team than most people. Like, I feel like a team should be like family, right? Like, my most favorite jobs were working with people who I felt like we were super close. And we were able to do like team building activities, like let's go bowling, like it's on the company card, we're all going out to eat. And so those people would need to be local. So that's my recommendation. I saw someone ask if they should, what do I think about hiring a VA on Fiverr? I think if you find the right person, then yes. I suggest like creating some type of a project task. Ooh, I just had an idea. I suggest creating some type of a project task and giving them a test project and paying them for it, but give them a test project to see what their work is like. But I just thought of something I could add into Systems and Sales Academy. I'm going to type up some test project templates and I'm going to add them in there. So if you want to hire a VA for social media, here's an example test project you can give them and they can copy and paste it. I just thought about it when you asked me that question. I'm going to add that in there. Test project templates for them. Oh, yes. It can be harder to find someone local because you're limited to like people that live in your immediate area. So it's definitely more difficult. But try like getting on LinkedIn, for example, and looking that way. And if it's like 10 hours, right? Like let's just say it's 10 hours. Don't be afraid to hire someone who already has a job, right? Like they may already have a job, but they want to make extra money and they live local. Um, but you never know until you ask somebody like, hey, would you like it? Would you like to work here? But most people will say yes, because who doesn't want extra $600 a month? Like if you work a 9 to 5, an extra $600 a month just for working 10 hours, and they could probably work that like 1 to 2 hours after they get home from work, or they could do 5 hours on Saturday and 5 hours on another. They can split it up, but because they're time tracking. But an extra $600 a month can take care of somebody's groceries, maybe a car note, electric and Wi-Fi bill. They can go shopping with that money. So for somebody who already has a job, whether it's full-time or part-time, an extra $600 a month is nice. You never know until you ask. What are some ways this can be applied to a cleaning business? Same thing. Cleaning business, you need a project management system. You need a lead generation. You need a project management system because there's a lot of stuff going on in your business. You need a lead generation funnel because you need to make sure that you're attracting clients who are ready to book you. So you still need to be generating leads, like you need to be generating new clients, and then you still need to be posting on social media. So you need all three. This applies to any business. It applies to any business. So everybody needs clients. If you didn't need clients, you wouldn't be in business. You'd be like doing charity work or something, which is also very fulfilling. But you wouldn't be here, right? So every business needs leads. Every business needs clients. Some people, they work 9 to 5, depending on what your position is. You need leads. You need clients. Like if you're a salesperson, or if you work at a marketing company and you get perks for bringing in new clients, or it just makes you look good to bring in new clients, all of this is going to work for you. All of this is going to work for you. Any other questions? Any other? All right. Make sure you guys click the link in my bio and apply for Systems and Sales Academy. It is for you, right? Systems and Sales Academy is for you if you are a service business, so you offer services. It doesn't matter if they're in person or virtual. If you offer services, or if you are a coach and you want to double your clientele in 8 weeks, Systems and Sales Academy is for you. You do have to apply. I'm processing applications on a rolling basis. You're going to get a response in less than 24 hours. If you are a good fit, we do applications because I'm not in it to just take people's money, whether they need it or not. I only want you inside the program if I know 100% I can get you results. So that is why there's an application. That's why there's an application. But if you click the link in my bio, all the details are there. But that is the basis, right? It's for you if you have a service business or you're a coach and you want to double your clientele in 8 weeks or less. There are people inside the program that triple their clientele. There's people inside of the program that increase their price and still triple their clientele. Your results are based off of how quickly you do the work. Not how perfectly you do the work, how quickly you do the work. Because even if you don't do it perfect at first, you can always go back and make it better later. And you have the support of me as your coach and the support of everyone else in the program cheering you on. Okay? Cheering you on. So click the link in my bio and apply. Hopefully